I never expected to be laid off. It was a complete shock to my system. I was a dedicated employee at a tech startup. I put in long hours and gave my best every single day. I had been with the company for 5 years. During that time, I saw it grow from a small team to a thriving business. One Tuesday morning, everything changed. I walked into the office expecting it to be just another day. I was called into my manager's office and handed a pink slip. The company was downsizing. I couldn't believe it. I was losing my job. The reality of the situation hit me hard.
The news hit Alex like a ton of bricks. He felt a mix of disbelief and panic. He was the sole breadwinner for his family. The weight of this responsibility was immense. He had a wife and 2 young children to support. Their well-being depended on his income. Fear and uncertainty crept in. The future seemed so unclear. How would he pay his bills? The thought of falling behind was terrifying. What about his mortgage and car payments? These were significant monthly expenses. This was a situation he had never anticipated. It felt like the ground had been pulled out from under him. Alex knew he had to act quickly to get his finances in order. He needed a plan. He couldn't afford to waste any time. He started researching job opportunities immediately, determined to find a new position as soon as possible. Updating his resume became his top priority. He wanted to highlight his skills and experience effectively. He reached out to colleagues and friends, hoping to tap into his professional network for leads. Alex attended several job interviews, each one bringing a mix of hope and anxiety. He knew he had to stay positive and persistent.
The initial shock of the layoff left me reeling. It felt like the ground had been pulled out from under me, and I was left in a state of disbelief and anxiety. But I knew I couldn't afford to panic. Panicking would only make things worse, and I needed to stay calm and collected to figure out my next steps. The first step was to take stock of my financial situation. I needed to understand exactly where I stood financially before making any decisions. I gathered all my financial documents, bank statements, bills, investment accounts, and insurance policies. It was important to have a comprehensive view of my finances. I needed a clear picture of my income, expenses, assets, and debts. This meant listing out every source of income and every expense, no matter how small. I created a budget to track my spending and identify areas for immediate cuts. This budget would help me manage my money more effectively and ensure that I could cover my essential expenses. I contacted my creditors and explained my situation. It was important to be proactive and let them know what was going on. Some were willing to offer temporary forbearance or reduced payment options. This gave me some breathing room and allowed me to focus on finding a new job. I knew that communication was key. Keeping an open line of communication with my creditors helped to alleviate some of the stress and uncertainty. I also filed for unemployment benefits right away to secure a temporary source of income. This was a crucial step in ensuring that I could meet my basic needs while I searched for new employment.
Alex knew that taking these steps was crucial. It was a methodical approach to managing the financial fallout of the layoff. To navigate through this tough period, by staying organized and proactive, Alex was able to maintain some control over the situation and work towards a more stable future.
With a reduced income, I knew I had to cut expenses drastically. It was a daunting task, but I was determined to make it work. I started by identifying non-essential items that could be eliminated from my budget. This included things I enjoyed but could live without. Eating out, entertainment subscriptions, and expensive gym memberships were the first to go. I realized that these luxuries, while enjoyable, were not necessary for my survival. I became more conscious of my grocery shopping habits, opting for generic brands and cooking meals at home instead of ordering takeout. This not only saved money, but also encouraged healthier eating habits. I explored cheaper transportation options, like carpooling or using public transit. Every dollar saved counted. I even considered biking to work on days when the weather was nice. I was determined to stretch my finances as far as possible. I looked for discounts, used coupons, and avoided impulse purchases.
Alex's proactive approach to reducing expenses was essential. He knew that every small change could add up to significant savings over time in managing his financial situation during this challenging time. By staying organized and focused, Alex was able to navigate through his financial difficulties with a clear plan and a positive mindset. Section 4, Budgeting 101, Making Every Dollar Count.
Budgeting became my new best friend. I created a detailed budget that tracked every dollar coming in and going out. I categorized my expenses, separating needs from wants. This helped me prioritize essential spending.
Alex used budgeting apps and spreadsheets to monitor his cash flow closely. He reviewed his budget regularly, making adjustments as necessary. Sticking to his budget became his top priority. It gave him a sense of control during a time of uncertainty. Section 5, Beyond One Paycheck, Exploring Income Avenues.
I knew relying solely on unemployment benefits wasn't a long-term solution. I needed to generate additional income streams. I updated my resume and started actively searching for new job opportunities within my field. Simultaneously, I explored freelance work and gig economy options. I leveraged my skills and experience to find freelance projects online. I also signed up for delivery services and online tutoring platforms to supplement my income. Every little bit helped.
Section 6, Emergency Fund, Your Financial Safety Net.
This experience was a wake-up call for me. I realized the importance of having an emergency fund. I had always planned to build one, but life had gotten in the way. Now I wished I had started sooner. I committed to building a robust emergency fund that could cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. I knew that having this financial cushion would provide peace of mind and protect me from future unexpected events. I started setting aside a portion of my income each month towards my emergency fund.
Section 7, Investing Wisely, Growing Your Savings.
Before my layoff, I had started investing for my long-term goals, like retirement. However, I knew I needed to adjust my investment strategy given my current financial constraints.
Alex consulted with a financial advisor to review his portfolio and make necessary adjustments.
I decided to pause any further contributions to my retirement accounts temporarily while focusing on building my emergency fund. I understood that while investing was crucial for long-term financial growth, my immediate priority was to create a stable financial foundation.